Hello again. This video is specifically to help you if you have troubleshooting issues. So I wanted to think about ways I might be able to help you. So first of all, if I were in here and I realized, hey, I want to add a third column to my table, let me show you how to do that. If you just click on that last column and you control click on it, you can then say insert column right. So that is one way to easily do that. And if control clicking doesn't work for you, you can also come up here and say insert, when you highlighted it, then you should be able to do the same thing. Actually, no, I'm sorry, you cannot in the doc drive. So again, control click, insert column, right. And so when you have that, I might make this last column titled mass lost in grams, okay? And so that seems like a simple thing to do because I lost 3/10 of a gram, 6/10 of a gram, 4/10 of a gram, 7/10 of a gram, and 8/10 of a gram. But maybe I decided that because I wanted to create a different graph. So now my data table doesn't look the same as the one on my sheets, but that's not a big deal because again, I'll highlight it, press Control Copy, and then I can come over here and Command or Control V. And then ta-da, oh no, what happened? It didn't paste in the way that I wanted. That happens sometimes and it's not a big deal. So don't let it stress you out. But we can just try again. So there we go. And so we've got it in there the way that we want. And our information is here. I might also think, oh, it'd be really nice to have a title on my chart. Well, if you wanted to create a title, such as food eaten by mealworms, maybe I'll say massive food eaten by mealworms, because that makes it sound more scientific. Okay, so I put that in there, but when I'm done, the reason mine shows all of the things is because I have a formatting option where I have text wrapping and I allow it to overflow. I want it to overflow because that's what allows me to see the whole thing, okay? So that's nice. Another feature you might want to know or need to know is how you can merge cells. So for example, here, if I wanted to have that title in this one as well, I would say insert row above. And when I do, though, that doesn't look like a title row, it just looks like 4 more columns. So if I highlight them all and say, if I highlight all 4 of those columns, and Control click, I can say merge cells. And now I have one row that I can say, I don't remember what I said, massive food eaten by mealworms. And so now I have a title on my table. It looks way more professional. Okay, so that's a good thing. So basically I wanted to show you how you can add rows, add columns, and merge cells. Those are all really good things to know. If you need to then delete cells, it's the same thing. You can just come and you can delete them as you go through. And so this one, I just don't want the black lines, so I'm just going to come here and go like that, and then ta-da, my border went away. Oh no, but now this border's gone, and I want that bottom border. So I'll come back here and I'll make sure my bottom border is put back on, and my table looks better again. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to troubleshoot was, if I were to try and make a table just out of this, it would probably look goofy. So let's just try it. So if I click on it, all right, so I have initial mass, final mass, and mass lost. Okay, so they didn't put my title in anywhere, so I would have to put that in. I love that they did give me a key, but this isn't really what I would want my graph to show, okay? Because I feel like it's deceiving in the way the information is given. I already have a graph that shows me my initial mass and my final mass, and I like that. So instead of doing something like this, I'll delete it and say, I want a separate graph that just shows me mass lost. Well, how would I go about doing that? I will show you. So if I were to press the Command button and hold it and click and drag, I can get food options and mass lost, because that's the information I need for the graph I'm talking about. Now if I click on my graph image, it will generate one for me already, which is fantastic. So if you notice, I have apples, oranges, bananas, lettuce, and tomatoes, and then it's showing me what's happening here. So again, because I know that I would need to add a title and axis labels, I would come over here, of course, and I would customize things. So I would want to come and do chart axis titles. I have a vertical axis title. I would want to make that mass lost grams. And so once I have that, that's great. I, of course, would want a chart title. My chart title would be Mass of Food Eaten by Mealworms. Okay? And so once I have that, I, of course, am anal, and I'm going to put it center alignment. And ta-da! Now I have, oh, and then, of course, my horizontal axis title, because I don't want to be wrong, is Food Options. Okay, so there we go. Now this graph also has all of the things. So what I tried to show you in this video was how to add columns, delete columns, add rows, merge cells, and then just choose specific cells to make a graph from. Hopefully that's helped you with some of the issues that you were having, if you were having issues.